Hello and welcome to another episode of One Fall WrestleCast. Tom's not here today. Obviously, we missed last week. We had some issues. I got home from work late. Derek had to get called into work. And we're quite frankly tired of doing some broken shows. However, here we are. Me and Derek flying without Tom. We got a couple things we'd like to discuss today. So we're just going to go ahead. We're going to get ready to jump right into it and see what Derek's stupid face has to say. Welcome to the One Fall WrestleCast. What's up, bub?
What's up with you, buddy?
No, not too much.
Here, so I'm not like blinding the poor people watching at home.
Yeah, trust me, nobody's looking at you anyways, mother rugger.
Shit, I'm the only one they can see with that dark ass room you got going on.
Well, I've been working on the new car. I've been wrapping it, and
Wrapping it.
Been wrapping it, and I don't know. I got to work on it at night, so I took my studio light upstairs to illuminate the driveway for me to wrap my car. However, the temperatures have not been very cooperative, and it's caused me some issues, and I've had to go back and revisit some areas. And as a matter of fact, I just finished redoing my roof.
It's a little cool this evening to be doing that, I figure.
It was okay. But it was definitely too cold the other night when I did my rear bumper. So you're going to have to help me with that. I think a little bit of twisting and turning and some.
We're going to be out in the garage with a space heater on in the middle of summer trying to get this thing ready.
Wait till you see this shit show whenever I get over to the house so we can redo it. Because my plan is that if, you and I can find an afternoon to work on it, right?
Yeah.
That we can just knock out the front and rear bumper and just be done, because I've got two panels other than the front and rear bumper to finish. So
yeah. Seems easy enough.
Three panels, because I have a side skirt that needs finished as well. So
new ribs look nice.
Yeah,
overall,
I'm pretty happy with the
it was a nice yard sale purchase.
The state of the build. Yeah. New tires are a little shitty. They're a little wobbly. I could see why my neighbor sold them. Yeah. Okay, we'll work through that part of it, But I informed the wife today that those tires are not long for this world. So it's hard to
feel.
It's hard to, be Paul Walker and Vin Diesel, when you're wobbling all over the place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a little tough.
Yeah.
You're not very fast. You're more just furious looking.
Yeah. It's like a scramble, man. It's kind of. So, what's up with you? Got to see you this weekend. That was cool.
Yeah, we had a good day at the birthday party. Good time. Oh, there we go. Yeah, other than that, basically nothing. You see it, dealing with the joys of a 1 month old that hates his binky, and there's not really many options for a 1 month old on what do you want to do, Dad? Do you want to put this binky in your mouth, or do you want to put this bottle in your mouth? Because I got nothing. Do you want to go on your belly? No, you hate your belly.
Binkies are overrated. You know what I'm saying? Like, you thought you'd have learned your lesson the first time, but apparently not.
Oh man, I would trade anything right now to go back to the world of binkies. The fight at the end to get rid of it was well worth the comfort that it gives the child for the first few years.
The child, and by child you mean you.
Yes.
Yeah, so Hey, so apparently on Dynamite, I don't know if you have it on your television screen right now. I do not. But apparently MJF smacked the fuck out of a fan ringside tonight. Um,
I have not seen that. No, I just
So-
turned it on, so I won't get to see that part till tomorrow whenever it's on the replay.
yeah,
But
yeah. I guess he
like a
smacked the
plant.
fuck out.
Does it look like it was a plant?
No, nope. Definite basement dweller.
Nice.
I mean, he's wearing a WWE Hardy Boys shirt. You know, the lime green one with the purple with the.
Mm-hmm.
You'll know when I see it or when you see it. But yeah, just smack the fuck out of the guy.
He'll have that. That's part
Wonder
of
how
coming to
that-
the show.
Wonder how that's gonna go for him. You know, I mean, he just continues to just be MJF. You know, like unapologetically Maxwell Jacob Friedman. It's just a damn shame that he's probably going to lose the belt to Adam Cole. I mean, I feel like that has to happen, right?
Yeah, I mean that's the most, choice that makes the most sense. Let's say.
Yeah, because I don't think that like you finally get Adam Cole to this position. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but Adam Cole did have a title shot already.
Yes.
When Hangman was the champion, right? And that was early in Hangman's title reign. So obviously you knew that you weren't gonna pull the trigger and make the switch there. But to be gone for all of those so many months with his concussion problems, and then to kind of circle back and just be thrust right into the title picture, I feel like it's shit or get off the pot here with Adam Cole, right?
Well, part of me says yes, but the other part is like, it's just another obvious sign of Tony Khan's, what I called 2 weeks ago, the last time we met up. Well, you weren't here, but his immature booking process, and he just does not have the long-term vision on things. Like, do we really need to bring that back and circle back to that as soon as he comes back? We get the Jericho fight. Because of course, Jericho's got to get his rub in there. As we got a new star on the scene. We got to fight Jericho so he can make his way through the locker room and get some respect, and then you can go on to fight the big dogs. But I don't want to see MJF lose it yet. But then again, I don't know where else you're going to take this storyline. I mean, there's not. You saw the 4 pillars. You wasted all 3 potential somewhat main eventers there that you could have thrown at him slower, maybe, over a little storyline action instead of just jumping right into this thing, making it a 4-way match.
I feel like they had to capitalize on the 4 pillar thing, right? And because I mean, when is Darby Allin planning on taking his hiatus to go climb Mount Everest? That's like pretty soon, right? So I mean, I'm sure that there's a lot that's going to entail with him preparing to climb Mount Everest, right? Like, he's going to have to do some sort of training other than throwing himself off fucking the top rope, through some tables and some sealed chairs, and jumping his dirt bike off of his fucking house, right? Like, there's got to be something that has to happen there. Is he just fucking go do it cold turkey,
I mean, that would be the assumption, but the little that we know about Darby Allin, I would not be surprised if he's just like, fuck it, I'm free Saturday. Let's go. Here's the $8,000 for my Sherpa guide. Let's go do this thing. I'm ready. And then we can just have a match at the top of Everest. How about that? How about him and Sammy both climb together? They reach the pinnacle. A little throwback there for the MJF crew. We have a nice little main event here at the peak of Everest.
Yeah, I guess I saw something a couple weeks ago that he's planning on getting his last will and testament put together before he scales Everest. So, I mean, at least he's kind of got his shit together a little bit, right?
Yeah. Just gonna leave everything to Sting and Gigi Dolan.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
My motorcycle goes to Sting, though he will never ride it.
skateboard goes to Gigi, and then send my coffin to the Undertaker.
You know,
Hey, so
I would hope there's going to be actually, in all honesty, some good video footage out of this, and I'm sure they'll work it into some sort of cool little vignette that we'll get to enjoy as he does go through all this, and it'll work into the storyline eventually. Well, yeah, no, there's always that.
You know, I mean, he could easily just, you know,
It's possible.
I don't.
I don't know, man. I think he's unkillable.
So I got to ask you a question here. So, there's a lot of rumors swirling that The Rock is not allowing his daughter, Simone Johnson, aka Ava Raine, member of Schism, to appear on television. I mean, she made her singles debut a couple of weeks ago, and like, it wasn't good. Like, she didn't look good. She's been there for a few years, bro. Like, what are we doing? So,
I mean,
think, like,
can you be mad at him? He's just trying to protect his daughter, protect the business, you know, like, hey, listen, somebody's got to be honest with her and tell her, you know,
legacy, maybe,
girl, you ain't ready yet, and you've got big amount of eyes on you coming right out of the gate, you know, because of the legacy of who your father is. You know, maybe other than the fact that she literally looks like if you put long hair on The Rock, if they didn't build it up so much that this is The Rock's daughter, you know, then it wouldn't be such a obvious, you know, hey, maybe you should not do televised matches yet. Maybe you should just stand there looking creepy in your mask. Somebody's got to be honest. Somebody has to. But then again, like you said earlier in the show here, it's definitely shit or get off the pot time at some point. And as we all know, Vince is not going to be a patient man.
Well,
and he's obviously still in firm control. As much as everyone likes to say otherwise.
Here you go. You know,
I saw him backstage. We shook hands.
You did, huh?
Yeah.
You're paying too much attention to the dirt sheets these days, my friend. Like, I mean, I don't. The product tells me otherwise. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I just have a hard time with that. Speaking of Vince, not McMahon, but our favorite, just fucking ass clown, bro. Did you know that Tony Khan is paying Warner Brothers Discovery, bro? Yeah, this dude's a fucking clown.
From what I hear, he thinks that Tony's about setting himself up to go ahead and buy the Warner Brothers Discovery, the entire package. Yeah, I don't even think, you know, there's not enough money on the table. No, that's not going to happen. No.
Yeah, like, does this guy like listen to himself talk?
What's really bad is his guest stars on his show were both like, shut the fuck up. That's not even, no. Bro. I can't even pass this off as like, oh, maybe. Yeah, that sounds good, Vinny.
Bro, imagine, bro. What a fucking clown. Dude, like, what a fucking clown. I hate that, like, once a week you're scrolling the fucking sheets, right? And WWE veteran says, WWE former head of creative says. It's like, bro.
I would love to know what he's done lately because, you know, he tries to come across as he's some.
You don't
Fantastic.
remember you don't remember he was a special consultant for the WWE for like the last 6 years.
That does okay. Well, that adds up then, because he tried to claim that he was, connected with Raw and everything. So that's real. Okay.
That's
Special
not real.
consultant.
That's not real.
I
It's
see.
it's just him just out here trying to find place at the table, a seat at the table on the island of relevancy, to which he is not invited, good sir.
I don't think there's much room there at the table for old
I don't
Henry.
think that there's much room inside of his fucking head for a solid thought.
No, but he's playing the game. He's here to get clicks. He's here to get views. And maybe we should get more outlandish with our bullshit. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe we should just, Walt is gonna buy TNT within the next 3 weeks.
No, man.
And take on the NHL, NBA playoffs, all that. All that's going straight over to Walt's basement here, and that's where we're going to start broadcasting from. Yeah. So soon you'll find our show Wednesday nights at 10:30 following Young Rock.
Young Rock got canceled.
Did it?
Yeah. So there was a meme this week that said the Rock's having a tough fucking week, right? He lost $60 million in the XFL's first season. Black Adam flopped. Young Rock got canceled, and he had to go crawling back to Vin Diesel.
I'd like to know what that probably just made him break even for the XFL. He's like, all right, you give me $60 million, I'll come back to Fast and Furious. We'll call it good.
Wild, man. Wild. It's always interesting whenever the Rock's in the news in a bad way. I just.
What the thing is, the poor guy could never get his suit to button correctly, and it's just thrown off his entire life. He's always focusing on this one fucking button. If he could just get that fixed, take his focus elsewhere, maybe then he'd have some more time to,
Well, Bub, I mean, his wrist, his cuff area, if you will, is probably as fucking big as your head. So, yeah.
Oh, this is truth.
You know what I mean? So, hey, I got to talk about this because, I'm a little bit of a mark for belts, right?
A little bit. Yeah, what do you think about all this?
Man.
Because I have some thoughts, and I don't know how they'll align with yours.
So, the new Universal Undisputed fucking Roman Reigns title, all right, it's fucking lazy, all right? It's fucking lazy. Really and truly fucking lazy. To me, it looks like Vince Russo created this, right? Like, bro, imagine. Put it on a black strap with a gold background and black diamonds, bro.
Yeah. Then we'll make the same belt for the women in white.
Like, what the fuck is going on? It's just lazy.
Yep.
It's lazy. Don't get me wrong. The new World Heavyweight Championship and Women's World Championship or Championship Worlds Women, whatever the fuck they're calling it this week. I like the design. I like the throwback, the homage, if you will, to the big gold belt. Obviously, like that's Triple H's like most favorite belt of all time because, obviously Ric Flair carried it for a lot of years, and Ric Flair actually bought the original one for the NWA, and then brought it to WWE television only for it to be replaced with a blacked out fucking tag team championship with 3 diamonds on it where it should say tag team. Which was cool, because NWA sent WWE a cease and desist with the belt, and then they did the pixelated thing for a while, but then they continued doing the pixelated thing, but it was really the tag team championship, and it was a whole thing,
Mm-hmm.
And I do like the opportunity to kind of bring that into a modern light. And I'm not mad at the fact that we have that. But I just feel like they dropped the ball on the Undisputed Universal bullshit Roman Reigns championship. Like they could have really taken the time to do something cool and something monumental like they've done with the United States Championship, like they've done with the new World Heavyweight Championship. But we talk about this every time a major sporting event happens, and I'm going to circle back to February and the Super Bowl. There's no better advertising than Patrick Mahomes carrying around the WWE Championship, as opposed to the Lombardi Trophy, for fuck's sake. You know what I'm saying? And I understand the marketing aspect of it and that whole shtick. But I mean, that new World Heavyweight Championship's got a pretty sizable WWE logo right dead center. I think that we could have done something similar and created something a little bit more deserving of the title reign that Roman Reigns is having right now. And then to just completely mimic those two championships, which they've already done in the past. Like, I'm not going to dwell on the fact that they copied it, because they clearly did it with the women's championships when they switched to the network logo, right, in the first place. And then they created the Universal Championship, and it was the same fucking belt with a different color strap. And then they created the SmackDown Women's Championship, which was the same fucking belt with a blue background. There's just... It's lazy.
I can't disagree. It sucks. It's lazy. There's no innovation. And, like you said, it's a big fucking advertisement. When really what we ought to be doing is focusing on the prestige of the belt and make it recognizable, not in an advertising way, but a way that screams like, that motherfucker right there is a champion. What of them?
When we were growing up, man, champions carried dope fucking belts, right? Like, for me, there is no better title design than the Winged Eagle.
Yeah.
Like, that's the belt that I grew up on. My mom, I love that belt so much. My mom made me a cardboard one out of, she did some cardboard and some black fabric and some gold puffy paints, and she killed it, right? And
very cool.
I loved that belt. And now I'm fortunate enough to own one. You know what I'm saying? But you saw that, it's like, man, that's a championship. And it's like they did really, really good with the United States Championship. And when that first was introduced a couple of years ago for MVP and Bobby Lashley and that whole thing. And I said that I probably said it on the show. It's like, that's a good looking fucking belt. And if we can get more of that and kind of get in touch with what that needs to look like from the fan perspective, I think that we're going to win. And then they changed the Intercontinental Championship, and wah, wah, wah. I mean, it's grown on me an awful lot, but
it's not the same.
It's just not.
No.
It's just not. But don't get me wrong. Rhea Ripley looks real good with that Women's World Championship, or, the Seth Rollins belt. She looks real good with it. I think that.
Yeah, I'm all for that one. That one's an understandable progression.
Yeah, it's still lazy. It's still lazy.
It is. Yeah. It is. But
it's still lazy. So
it's kind of what we've come to expect, though, from the WWE. It's more for the marketing. It's more for the, how can we sell this outside of our realm and, bring it forth to the public? And once we do, we want to make sure everybody knows that this is WWE related.
So,
I mean, I know we're all not the biggest fans of, myself being the biggest probably of the three of us of AEW still at this point, but I'm gonna say they got a good looking belt. And AEW is prominently displayed, but still good looking and different and
Yeah.
cool. There was no innovation in this thing.
Listen, I love me some Pretty Platinum. I have a Pretty Platinum over here. I think no, it's right there. You know, like
Yep.
it's a good looking belt, man. It really,
Yeah.
really is a good looking belt. And I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't like it. And they need to do better. But unfortunately, this is what they gave us, which means we're gonna have to deal with this and live with this for at least 5 years. Like at least 5 years. So I don't know, man. I don't want to sit here and I don't want to beat a dead horse on the championship belts, but it's fucking lazy.
Well, before we move on, we do still have one other opportunity for a decent, possibly decent, if they introduce a new one belt. Since we're obviously combining the NXT Women's Tag Championships and the WWE Women's Tag
They'll
Championships.
just use the WWE Women's Championships.
You think, or do you think they'll get a redesign? I was really thinking they'd bring out something.
100% believe that they will use the Women's Tag Team Championships in their current iteration with the circle with the X through it. I'm glad you actually brought that up though, right? Because man, it really feels like WWE dropped the ball with this. They should have done this 2 or 3 years ago when Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler were the champions and Dakota Kai and Raquel Rodriguez were on that just fucking tear. And they were by far the best tag team in the women's division. And Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler went down to NXT to face, well, she was Raquel Gonzalez at the time.
Right.
And Dakota Kai. And then the next week after Nia and Shayna retained, they were like, here you go, have these NXT Tag Team Championships. And it's just like, oh.
Thanks. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a consolation prize.
Yeah.
They should have done it then, and they missed the mark on that, and kind of sucks, bub. Kind of sucks.
Well, like we spoke of on the previous show, at least they're getting it figured out that hey, we don't have enough women's division to say, to grow this feud. Like you've got the entire women's locker room is like 4 tag teams. What are we gonna do here? Especially once you factor in injuries and the green as goose shit, other half of the roster that we're not going to be using.
Ruben says WWE has no respect for their belt. Just fight. They don't have respect for their talent. They need one undisputed men's, women, and tag team championships. They treat them like props, and the kids play. I'll agree to disagree, right? I do believe that they were on the right track with Roman Reigns as the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, whatever, right? I don't feel like they should have ever split the belts. I think that they're on the right tracks with the tag team championships being one. They definitely need to combine those two for sure, just like they're doing with the women's NXT and women's tag for WWE. I think that there are far too many championships floating around. But USA wanted a world champion, and they got one. And they felt that they deserved one because, after all, they have been the network for most of our lives. They were the first network to ever broadcast WWE way back even before Monday Night Raw was a thing. And they said, hey, we want a champion. We need a world champion on our show. We need a belt on our show. And, so they got that. It is it dilutes the pool a little bit. From a business aspect, I understand it. But, from a watchability standpoint, I disagree with it. I think that they need to knock off this brand split shit. I'm still on that, by the way, Derek. let's have one champion. I think you want to have to be on two different networks. Your United States champion and your Intercontinental champion are the champions. They are the ones that get the television time as the champions. They are the ones that defend the championships on television. And then you have Roman Reigns continue to be Roman Reigns, and you have Roman Reigns continue to just show up when the fuck he wants, because he's elevated that championship, whether we like to admit it or not. You know, when you look back to when Brock Lesnar was a part-time champion and everybody was bitching, moaning, and complaining, myself included. Brock didn't do anything to make that Universal Championship mean anything. You know what I'm saying? And the bloodline storyline, the stable around Roman Reigns and everything going on, even when he's not there, it keeps the championship relevant and it makes the championship feel more important because of the story that is surrounding the champion. But business is business, and the USA Network said, "Hey, we need to get a championship over here. This is some bullshit." So they got one.
Well, like you said, though, business is business, and I think that's where the problem kicks in. There is as soon as we brought the company public, and then now we've got two major shows on cable television, and such a dominant champion. It makes it so you can't just satisfy your fans and your audience all and grow your own business. You got to answer to your stockholders. You got to answer to your board members. You're looking at the stock market every day to see where you're up, down. What are you doing here? It puts you in a poor position to make decisions for the best of your product, your show. And instead, you're just trying to sell merch. That's what they're doing. This is another $400 belt that Belt Marks now, I'm sure they've already sold, millions of dollars worth of belts. Because, we brought out new ones. So now, you got to buy 4 new championship belts. Otherwise, you're behind the times. And then now we get a nice cash influx. Everybody's happy that, has their pockets filled by the WWE cash machine that it is. It just takes away from everything. While I will say that, like watching today, I was watching NXT and was like, even whenever NXT does flippy shit and super kicks and all that, it's at least, to me, it's been more believable.
Yeah, their product's gotten exponentially better in the last 6 months.
But if you look at it from I don't want to say a watchability standpoint, but from, you're trying to grow an audience here and everything. Like, I have more respect for the AEW business side of things than I would for the WWE side, because I don't want to get into all that stock market bullshit. That's not how I grew up watching it. I want. Yeah.
So you're telling me to do cocaine? Huh?
Yeah, do the stuff. I don't care.
You want to come do the casino? Yeah,
just
want to come hang out?
Give me the work level of these guys on
all I want you to do is watch
NXT
Rampage. Can you just make sure that you watch Rampage?
AEW.
Watch Rampage. Rampage is going to be the greatest show on television, even better than Collision. Have you?
Not now. No, it's Collision.
Did you know that Collision is going to be on Saturday nights? We're going to be fucking 7 o'clock on Saturday nights. We're going to go up against college football in the fall, and we're going to get fucking murdered. But it's okay, because that's what fucking Time Warner wanted. That's what fucking brothers. That's what
we've got CM Punk.
Watch Rampage,
CM Punk. I know you're not watching it, but literally every advertisement for, hey guys, Collision's coming, Collision. It's nothing but CM Punk, doing moves and promos and staring at the camera all mean mugging and shit. Like, what, you had him on the show for like 4 months. What, you just took all the footage you had and threw it at this? Because you don't got much. There was not a long timeline of him actually doing work in AEW before he would get hurt.
What are you talking about? He went on the Enhancement Talent World Tour there for a little while. He was out there fucking getting his work in every week, opening match every single week, right before he became the champion the first time, because he was out of shape, bud, and he fucking needed to get in the work. You don't remember that?
Well, hopefully he doesn't become the champion again, because we all know that as soon as it happens, it's over. He's got to give it up because he's going to be injured, because, we can't carry a company on our back because instead we have to be a whiny bitch backstage behind the rickety doors with our dog. Yeah. Still a little salty.
April. What am I doing on Saturday night?
Yeah, now this man's giving up his Saturdays. What the? Like, no.
I believe that I will take the merry jaunt down to the United Center and grace my people.
Yes. Which will be the biggest pop he gets, and that's it. And then after that, we'll go back to mediocre ratings. And is Rampage still going to show live on television on Fridays? So now we're going to have
dude,
Wednesday,
Rampage
Friday,
is a
Saturday?
Rampage is a wild existence. Like, that thing gets tossed around like a fucking it gets tossed around time slots an awful lot on Friday nights, bub. And like, it's the first show that gets moved if something's happening.
I couldn't tell you the last time I watched it, to be honest with you.
Well, because you can never find it unless you go out of your way and like Google search it on the fucking Hulu or the you know.
I actually had to log into my TNT app the other night because I was going to try to watch it and was like, oh man, yeah, I don't ever log into this app because I don't need it other than for hockey. But on that particular television, I don't normally watch it, so I didn't have it. TBS, it's logged in everywhere because I'm checking out Dynamite every week. But sure as shit, I ain't finding any time to watch an hour of Rampage. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen.
No.
And after Collision Course on Saturday, after the initial showing, it better be real entertaining for me to take a Saturday night and, devote that entirely.
Ruben says, after the brand split and all this draft stuff, I agree his nonsense. Agree it's nonsense. It doesn't make sense, especially since they continue to have talent crossover week after week. I mean, it absolutely doesn't make any sense. And I'm actually glad that you brought the draft and the brand split up, right? Because we're about to see it. We're about to see it in AEW. And like Andrade right now has been very vocal and very public talking about, well, we need to add some championships over here. SA.
Now we're back to the exact same situation we're in WWE.
Right. That we're sitting here bitching, moaning, and complaining about, but they're going to do the same thing in AEW just to appease CM Punk and the Young Bucks.
I hope they put them in a triple tag team together.
They won't, because they won't work together.
I would love to see them try to work together. You'd see so many fucking potatoes against their own teammates.
You get a potato. You get a potato. You get a potato.
Everybody it'd be like the end of Oprah. Yeah. We just potato fucking everybody and clear the ring.
Fucking live rounds, just everybody.
Larry the dog comes out and bites a motherfucker.
Hey, Larry the dog bit a guy.
I can only imagine how they're going to get around this. Like, are we actually going to acknowledge it? Are we going to acknowledge the whole incident?
No,
we can't do that. No, that would just be too good for television. No. That would be terrible. Why would we want to do such a thing? We hate money.
Well,
I hate getting weird.
Tony Khan continues to stand on this fucking hill that because of legal things that he can't talk about it. He can't talk about it in public. No, motherfucker. No, I don't believe that. This
Tony
is
Khan
your way of
balls to stand up to his own locker room of employees that he pays and has under contract.
Do you know why?
Tell them this is what you're going to do.
Do you know why?
This is what's best for business.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because he's soft as puppy shit, pal.
He is soft. He's soft because he was gifted $1 bajillion.
Soft.
He did not make $1 bajillion.
Puppy shit.
Ugh.
Okay.
It sucks. It sucks.
He's a bigger pussy than you.
That's pretty good.
He's probably out here looking for a fucking safe space too. You know what I'm saying?
That's a lot of pussy going on.
Oh, I need my safe space. Oh.
I mean, I don't know if I was the size and build of Tony Khan compared to the rest
You
of
are
this
the
locker room,
size and build of Tony Khan. What are you
yeah, I would
talking
probably
about?
want a safe space as well. Yeah, I kind of
You,
feel you there. But then I would
you,
just be like, Wardlow,
you are the
you're my
same
boy. Come
human
here.
being. Like, you are the same stature, Bob. Okay?
I just need to do more coke so I can lose the weight.
Allegedly. Oh, Christ almighty.
Oh, man.
So, hey, so how about fucking the WWE TV right negotiation period, whatever, with Fox and the USA Network has kind of come to an end, and WWE is free to negotiate TV rights. And we won't know until we know, but if it happens, it will be late 2024 that WWE removes itself from its current respective networks.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta feel like they gotta stay put, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I know like Disney's like kind of invested, but what?
Okay. So I've thought of this because I was hoping we would eventually get to touch on this. So all those years ago, many, many years ago now, they were the first, maybe not the first, because, we had Netflix, and I think we even had a little fledgling Hulu going on. Hulu wasn't like it is now by any means. But, they jumped on that WWE network. They built that thing from the ground up, and they made one hell of a business decision.
Well, they started
first.
before that when they had the WWE on demand on Xfinity or Comcast. Like you could click the on demand and there was a WWE section. Like that was the beginnings and the birthings of the WWE network.
But they need to again look at the future and see that these cable cutters, which is, basically all of us at this point, everybody's cutting the cable. Cable TV is dying, brother. It is time to, innovate yet again. Put the horse in front of the cart or whatever you want to say here, and go ahead and cut off your cable TV deals. Put it exclusively on whichever streaming app gives you the most money, probably Peacock, who knows. There you go. You have to purchase Peacock now if you want to watch wrestling. I think that's where this is all going to head. I think if AEW would get their head out of their ass long enough, but I think the problem there is that Tony Khan needs money.
No.
But they need to get
pulling
into
his
this
head out of his ass. It's pulling his head out of the pile on his desk. Okay.
Tony Scarface here has
Allegedly.
the tunnel vision going on. Yeah, but I mean, gosh, guys, like it's such an easy and good business model. And then you don't have network television up your ass telling you what you can and can't do. You still unfortunately have your stock, issues and your board of directors and all that you've got to answer to. But
yeah, but they're not a publicly traded company, bub. They're
well, no, I'm referring to WWE here.
Okay.
Yeah. You got to get in on this, though, or get ahead of this. Get yourself off network television. By doing that, you instantly increase the price point that you can command from any rival streaming service.
I mean, we talked about this a couple of months ago. When the Endeavor deal was announced, right? And you up what your I'm so sorry. You up your your price to play, and you get UFC, the entire UFC library. You get the entire library of WWE, and you up it to $15 or $20, right?
Yeah.
And it's got to be worth everything. So
problem with that is you're splitting your audience at that point, because then you're going to have people like me that, personally, I could give two shits about the UFC.
Then don't click the UFC banner at the top, bub.
Okay, but I don't want to pay.
You would spend $20. You would spend $20 for Peacock to get a free pay-per-view every month, right now.
Yeah, that's also because I get the Netflix discount.
But you wouldn't pay $20 for the WWE network that had UFC involved in it. It just doesn't add up to me, because if Peacock raised their price from $9 to from $10 to $20 tomorrow, you would even bat an eye. Like, you wouldn't cancel Peacock, right? So
it's true. All right, I'll give you that. It does give great value.
So I don't know, but something's going to happen here. But there's some talk that Warner Brothers Discovery is involved in some interest in the television rights to One World Wrestling Entertainment. But they have AEW.
Run them both?
Yeah, but isn't that kind of shitting on both sides of the fence there?
Well, I truly don't feel that WWE would ever go along with something like that, just because, you know, at that point, you're going to be on the same network, and it's a network that we all know is consistently interrupted by sports. Not sports entertainment, actual sports.
Hey, all I know is fucking WWE Monday Night Raw used to get preempted by a fucking dog show once a year. Okay, sure. So you don't come at me about street cred getting moved for the NBA Finals.
It's annoying, and it ruins your numbers for, you know, the week or whatever. I'm telling you, man, all streaming all the time. Just put it on there. We don't need cable television.
They did it for a long time.
Honor, what is it? Not Super Card of Honor. I forget. Circle of Honor. Is that what it's called? That you can order for $10 a month. What are we doing? Put your AEW show in there. Rename it something else. And like Ruben's brought up here, move Rampage. Gone. You want to own Ring of Honor? Put that shit on television. If you want to have 3 shows.
Yeah, but Time Warner wasn't interested in a Ring of Honor show.
Well,
that was news from a couple of months ago. They weren't interested in a Ring of Honor television deal.
It sounds like they need to grow their audience and give them something to be interested about them. But Tony Scarface, I guess, is a little busy. I don't know.
Hey, all I'm saying is you're absolutely right, Bob. Like, you know, move the product to streaming. But WWE did that for a long time previously. Like, look back to prime time Black and Gold NXT Wednesday nights, WWE Network only.
Yeah.
And some might argue that was a larger audience on the WWE Network than it was when it moved to the USA Network.
I can't disagree with that.
So
the difference, though, being
because we don't know, because they were still playing it on the WWE Network. So you know, running simulcast with the USA Network. So you don't know.
Sorry, I was distracted.
Yeah,
go on.
Shocking.
Tony Storm's. Leave me alone.
Ooh, something shiny. Oh, what we got over here? Oh, is that a shiny nickel? Oh, look how pretty it is. Oh, I just want to pick you up, little nickel. Maybe I'll put you in my pocket and jingle jangle you around. Maybe I'll just flip you up and down, just like Two-Face.
I sit here with a spinner box half the night.
Hey, just a shiny, cute little nickel. Oh, look, a quarter.
I hate you.
Well, you know, Bub, I mean, you make it easy. Like, I don't know. Hey, I got to ask a serious question. Did you take notes on Sunday?
Notes?
Yeah.
No.
I was in full fucking dad mode, pal. You should take
the party. I see.
Yeah,
you did good. Or that necklace I gave you a hard time about, Yeah, you had your outfit picked out like you like it. You were doing good.
Yeah. Yep. School was in session on Sunday, my friend. Hope you paid attention. Gonna be a final exam.
Yeah, we'll see it at Sid's 5th how it goes, I guess. Then you'll know if I was paying attention.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, because I know one person that was fucking definitely paying attention. So you better step your game up.
Oh man.
Oh. So how about I burn the fuck out of myself? You see this? Look.
Work?
No, dude. Fucking wrap in the car. Yeah, on the heat gun. Like a fucking schmuck.
Yeah,
like nice. A chooch, as Tom would say.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And that fucking chooch. You know?
Making sure it's working.
Motherfucker was hot.
Good God.
Fucking hot. Oh, shit. All right, let's see here. Do you like the new title? But no, I don't. We already talked about that. Hey, let's talk about NXT. Can we talk about NXT a little bit?
Sure.
I'd like to get your opinion. How do you feel about like all of this like underutilized WWE talent coming to NXT and like rubbing elbows with the top guys and gals down there in Orlando?
Like I personally love it. Like I mean,
I'm looking forward to Baron Corbin and Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Now you got Rollins coming down to have a match with Braun Breaker.
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, this is the attention those boys deserve, and ladies, they've done a phenomenal job. And to be honest, like we discussed,
they've definitely made chicken salad out of chicken shit. Okay.
I mean, and their pay-per-views, they kick the shit out of the main roster guys. Quotations there.
Yeah.
The crew that they have down there is going to be great. Once it's almost like it's not even a overflow brand anymore. It's legitimately a carryover good brand. Where I don't think we need to have
we had this conversation like 3 years ago, man. Don't start saying this shit, because then Vince hears that, and then he's gonna go in there and he's gonna make it rainbow again. Okay, just fucking stop it.
Oh man,
some things are left better unsaid. Just stop it.
Yeah, I don't want to get Russo to get in his ear again,
bro.
Got to bring back the rainbow.
Imagine the rainbow.
It's Pride Month, bro. Was that too much? I shouldn't have went across that.
No, it's fine. It is Pride Month. Happy Pride Month to those of you in the LGBTQZ purple / Listen, I'm not a hater.
Saw a number 2 in there.
Listen,
today?
I
looked it up whenever I saw a number, and I was like, "What the fuck is this now?" It's a number and a plus sign.
Listen, I'm not a hater.
We're getting into algebra situations here.
I'm not a hater, but there is far too many characters in that acronym. Okay, so let's just chill out. Okay, but happy Pride Month, y'all. Vince McMahon has never saw a check that he did not like. WWE's worth about $20. I'm still pumping money into their company, so why would they turn down an offer from Warner Brothers Discovery?
Let's see.
I mean, that's fair, but
WWE stock price.
It's not WWE that I'm concerned about. It's the network that I'm concerned about. That's a whole lot of ego. It's a whole lot of pro wrestling ego in one place. Man, I don't know. That's a different kind of war. That's a different kind of pro wrestling war. I'd be here for it. I would absolutely be here for it, but that doesn't bode well for AEW. if WWE goes to Time Warner, Warner Brothers Discovery, whatever the fuck it's called these days.
They already have ends with Fight over in Europe. I mean, it's an easy transition. We have Fight here. I think, honestly, I think that they're. I mean, I don't know the.
Okay, but Fight. Listen. Fight. AEW going from TNT, TBS to Fight is the equivalent of Impact being on the Access Network. Okay.
You better keep the good goddamn name of Jeff Jarrett out of your fucking mouth.
JEFF. JARRE.
Somehow found his way.
Double T. Ha ha. Jeff Jarrett.
It's insane that he has weaseled his way into.
Bro, he looks good.
He does look good, but still, it's like another Jericho situation. We're sitting here, we got to feed the young guy.
That's what Tony Khan gets his jollies off on, Bob. We've already listen. He loves the nostalgia pop.
Kills me. It's short-term booking.
Why are you implying that Jeff might have a stroke in the ring because he's old? I feel like that's what you're trying to say right now. And listen, I don't appreciate your fucking tone.
I wouldn't be surprised.
How dare you try to imply that Jeff Jarrett is going to have a stroke and die in the middle of the ring? If Ric Flair didn't die from cardiac arrest in Ric Flair's last match, even though it was a little touch and go there towards the end, I mean,
I'm pretty sure he might have at one point died. Yeah,
he may have. He might have just and God was like, "Not yet, Rick. No, not yet.
I don't got time for your bullshit today, Bubba. Back down.
Finish the match." Hey, speaking of R.I.P. Iron Sheik, man.
Oh yeah, Sheik baby.
Oh, break you back, make you humble.
He's the man.
R.I.P. Sheik, man. Twitter will be a less enjoyable place because the Iron Sheik is gone.
Yes. Always with the hot take, Iron Sheik.
That is factual. In this past week, since Sheiky Baby has since met his demise, a lot of people have come out and talked about Iron Sheik and what he's meant to the business. And man, it's wild to think that so many people are definitely in the school of thought that like Hulkamania wouldn't be a thing if it wasn't for Iron Sheik, and that if it wasn't for Iron Sheik and helping to make Hulkamania what it was, that there might not be pro wrestling today.
I mean, it's not really an argument to think about. It's the truth.
It's wild to think about, right?
You have to have that heel that in that moment at that time was just the perfect foil to the All-American hero Hulk Hogan.
And then
we've got the sympathizer of the communist over here, Iraqi or Iranian, whatever he was. Yeah, it was like a lightning in a bottle right there, man. It was perfect timing. You couldn't have asked for a better opponent for the Hulk Hogan. He was believable. I saw a tweet the other day that Hulk Hogan said most of these guys in these companies now, they look like they should be bagging my groceries.
I saw that.
Back in my day, they looked like monsters. Now they look like me. As in, Derek out here. Yeah. I mean, I'm staring at Jungle Boy right now. Like, what? I'll just grow my hair long and I'll do this. I'll write on the back of the.
Oh, that's the wrong song, but I do that every time.
That'd be mine. Yeah, that'd be mine whenever I come.
You're a fucking idiot. You know what? I'd really like to just punch you right in your fucking suck hole. Like,
you want to get over as a heel? Come out to New Kids on the Block, buddy.
Hey, man, listen. New Kids on the Block. I saw them in the Bahamas. They were at the conference. Okay.
They were for Nelly.
There fucking with the
I'm gonna get this paycheck.
Damn. So, hey, listen, it is what it is. But to circle back what we're kind of chit-chatting about before you started talking about fucking Jeff Jarrett and we went off on the Sheiky Baby. R.I.P. Sheiky, baby. Break you back, make you humble. I feel like main roster superstars coming down to NXT is awesome.
Yeah. That is good for the fans. That is how you grow your business.
Yeah.
You bring people down to give more attention. It's easy. It's a simple formula. I don't understand. How is this difficult? Why is this so difficult? It doesn't have to be.
You know what else doesn't have to be difficult? Contract negotiations. It's like, hey, Drew McIntyre, we want you to do X, Y, and Z. Hey, WWE, I want to make X, Y, Z. Okay. But no, we've got to worry about things like our spots and our creative direction.
Well, the poor guy's been coming out with a fucking sword, for how long now? He's probably a little tired of it. Can you
Bro, I
imagine
just want them. Just make him a heel. Let him go back to being the Scottish psychopath.
It's not believable. This man comes down with a 5-foot sword. What are we doing here?
We're pooping in our hands. Hold on 1 second, he says. It's just me and you, bub. I don't know if you forgot about that portion of our life, that it's just you and I, and there's no Tom for me to talk to intelligently,
Okay.
But there's the little buddy. So we're going to talk to the little buddy here for a second. What's up, little buddy?
Somebody needed their daddy.
Yeah, you have a little buddy.
Yeah. Say hi. Hi. You say hi to the world. Somebody tired, ready for bed.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Well, sorry for the interruption. What else you got?
Nah, man. I we were just gonna talk. Drew McIntyre. They need to get that shit together so that
Shit, get off the pot. I mean, it's time to make a decision. What are we gonna do?
What I read today was he's not gonna come back until they get a new deal in place. He's just not gonna work.
Well, and right now, I'm sure their focus is, obviously on television rights and whatnot too. So, hey, they might be like, listen, Drew, I get it. You're a big star. You may even have a big head about you and think you're a little more bigger star than what you are. But we've got years of television rights staring us in the face right now that we've kind of got to get sorted first. Then we can talk contracts. So, we might have where he's just sitting in his little cool-off period of 6 months or 90 days, whatever it is. And then all of a sudden, magically, at the, last minute, we'll have a contract announcement.
Yeah.
But I really think that's a big part of it right now is that their attention is split elsewhere,
They need to maybe get their attention on the right things, maybe, huh? So, all right, bud. Well, that's really all I had for the day. So that just means that we've got one little piece of business to attend to here, good sir.
Yes, sir.
So, full disclosure, we have a group chat between me, Derek, and Tom all day today. Though Derek was bitching. There wasn't anything on there. Great matches this week. I don't know. I gotta pick a match of the week. I just don't know what I'm gonna do, man. I just don't know. So
there was nothing. There was nothing good.
The suspense is killing me. I need to know, Derek. What's your match of the week?
All right. So I've scoured scoured the entire week's offerings. And finally, at the suggestion of, I can't remember who it was, you, Tom, both, maybe even.
It was Tom.
Finally, at the end of NXT, I have found what I was looking for. Where we had Baron Corbin come out and just put on a massacre of a match. As usual, anytime we have Ilya Dragunov involved, it's just going to be a beater of a match. And that's exactly what we got this week. And unfortunately, I can't be too mad about it because we're going to get some cool storylines out of it. The little Braun Breaker interference at the end there, and then Carmelo Hayes comes out, all that good stuff. So at least we're getting some storyline progression out of it. So I still don't like how it ended. It makes sense, though, because you can't beat Baron as soon as he comes down. Ilya's over. It's not like he needs a rub right now from a top, main event.
No, he's absolutely over.
I mean, everybody knows that he is the machine when it comes. Him and Gunther, which I believe was still Walter at the time, whenever they had their magnificent match. I mean, that right there just set him up for the rest of his career. And it still continues on today. He's still putting on bangers. And everybody knows that whenever he comes out, it is going to be on. It is going to be real. We are going to have us a potato shoot match.
All right, well.
So what do you got?
My match of the week, I'm going to just go ahead and cheat here a little bit, is from last week's Monday Night Raw.
I see.
Gunther versus Kevin Owens in a non-title cold match. Man, they beat the fuck out of each other.
Again, there you go.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, for my money, there's nothing better than seeing two guys who work stiff, who work snug, go out and just beat the fuck out of each other.
Yeah. I'm going to be a little bit of an asshole here since this is what's on television. Because, you have the Blackpool Combat Club who tries to act like, oh, man, we're so stiff and we're so tough and we're fighters, we're bangers. And now it's all in the personality. And whenever you see that compared to a Walter, Gunther, whatever, Ilya, it's like, oh, that's what it's supposed to be like. That's a snug match.
Yeah. And they're just so much fun, bro. Like, just so much fun to watch. So
it is. That
is my cheater match of the week.
I'll take it. So it was a good one.
Hey, Bob, I'm glad we got to do this. Like, this is the first time I think that we've done this, just the two of us.
I think it's the first time, yeah, you and I have done it, yeah. It's funny because Tom and I, same thing, is like it'll go a little bit short because there's not that third voice in there, to give you.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not even just that, but like, us just bullshitting in the garage, fucking around is what birthed this entire idea, and and to be here and kind of just get to have one of those garage conversations, for our viewing audience, it's pretty dope.
Yeah,
it's pretty dope. So it was a good little show. I'm glad that it was nice, short, to the point, nice and tight. It was good, man. It's good shit.
Yeah, put my little girl to bed and
absolutely missed Tom this evening. Absolutely missed Tom this evening.
Hopefully,
definitely weird.
He's winning the, I don't know what level of baseball it is, but the baseball tournament that he's currently at, or playoffs, whatever we're calling it. I did get an update from him. He said so far so good. So
yeah, I saw that. I have my screen open over here because I don't have my studio light, so I hit the old cheater box with the extra monitor here. So, yeah. Hey, so if you're still here hanging out with us, please hit that thumbs up button. Really helps us out.
Talking to you, Ruben.
Yeah, absolutely, Bob. Please consider subscribing if you haven't done so. We would really appreciate that. Check us out over on Twitter and Instagram at 1_fall WC. That's ONE. I don't know, man. Like, I plug our fucking social media every single week, and I can't remember the last time I posted a picture. You know? Like, you know what I'm saying? But for fuck's sake.
Get you a new belt. See if we can have some content on there.
Yeah.
There for a while, you were on a tear.
Yeah, it was for a little while, man. It's been rough going here. Too many irons in the fire, you know what I'm saying?
I feels you.
So, yeah, man. Good shit. Good shit. Hey, happy Flag Day, Bob.
It's Flag Day.
Yeah, today's Flag Day.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah. You know what else today is?
It's not a federal holiday.
Do you know what else today is?
I don't know.
Today, sir, is National Bourbon Day.
Well, look at that.
So, we're going to take the opportunity to have a toast on National Bourbon Day.
All right. Well, I don't have a bourbon handy. I can probably make my iced tea work.
Your iced tea will absolutely work, sir. Okay. With all that being said, thanks for hanging out. It's all love. We'll catch you next week. One Fall WrestleCast.
Oh, bye, guys. Tune in next week. Happy Bourbon Day.